It's 9:02 now. Okay, good morning, everyone, again. The first topic of today's session is research education for undergraduates. The concept was first came forward to EPSNA by Dr. Fikadu. He's a senior scientist and has a PhD in material science and nanotechnology, and has joined EPSNA over a year ago, and he's a public relations officer of EPSNA. So this morning we'll have 4 programs. We have a half a day program. We'll start at 9 and end at 1 p.m. So I hope you'll attend all the 5 programs. Sorry, there are 5 programs. So I'll give the floor to Dr. Fikadu for REU. Dr. Fikadu.
I am trying to share, Dare. It looks
Okay.
like you have to unshare yours.
Definitely, yeah. Let me make this multiple participants, okay.
Do you see my screen?
Yes.
All right. All right, let me make myself a little bit to the picture. You see me, Dere?
Yes, I do.
Yeah. All right, all right. Thank you, everybody. Good morning. All right, my name is Fikadu Alema. I am Public Relations Officer at EPSNA. So I will be talking on this topic, research experience for undergraduates, or we call it as REU in short. So it is one of the kind of new program that EPSNA added to its list of programs that it uses to achieve its mission of promoting physics among physicists in Ethiopia and North America. So basically, I will talk about this topic, what it is and how it is beneficial for our young professionals in Ethiopia, and also to professors who are supervising these students in Ethiopia. So EPSNA has several programs. Our president, Dr. Dereje, has highlighted this in his speech the other day. So basically, we have a summer school program. This was held, I think, in person in 2019 in Ethiopia, where several professors and researchers from the US and Canada have traveled to Ethiopia to deliver lectures in their research areas. So the virtual summer school is what is going on currently in collaboration with EPS. I hope you guys have enjoyed this program. I personally enjoyed some of the talks coming from Ethiopia, excellent ones. So I hope this is enjoyable for you also and you learn something from it. We also have cash prize awards that we give to high achieving students. Typically, this is presented at the EPS annual meeting. We have mentorship program for graduate school application. This will be presented by my colleagues in the next session. And we have also some limited financial assistance for those pursuing higher education, but some financial challenges. And the last one is the research experience for undergraduates, which we have recently started literally last month in 2021. So basically, I will talk about what it is and how we implement it and who benefits from this program. So the research experience for undergraduate program basically is a research program for basically focused in undergraduate students. So it is in the basically their break time, which runs from 2 to 3 months, running from July to September, or depending on what time the school year ends. It can also go from June to August during summer. So the way we implement this is we collaborate essentially with research active professors in Ethiopia who employ undergraduate students to work in their laboratories or computational facilities. So the undergraduate students work in the lab or computational facilities and get some hands-on experience as they work in the laboratory. So EPSNA's task here is to pay stipend or salary for these students as they work for the professor. So what it basically consists of is these three entities, participants. We have undergraduate students, research active professors, and EPSNA. So the research active professors basically select and employ students, and they also design projects that the students work on. And these talented students work on the projects under the supervision of the research active professor. And the role of EPSNA, as I said earlier, is to pay the students through the professor. So we believe it has several benefits for the students. So by working in the laboratory or computational facilities, undergraduate students will gain practical experience to conduct research. You guys essentially practice your discipline. You will do research that complement your coursework, or you also apply principles that you learned in classroom to do research. For example, if you participate in a research that involves for transform infrared spectroscopy, for example, you will apply your quantum mechanics knowledge to understand the data that you collect by using this technique. The other importance of the REU program for the student is your work may lead to publishable results. So basically you will publish or present your work. What that means is you are basically creating knowledge than just consuming it. So the knowledge that you create will be basically used by other researchers in the community to do further work in what they do. You will develop some skills, creativity, curiosity. You will learn how to focus on doing projects. And research oftentimes requires you to communicate either verbally or in written form to your supervisor, to your colleagues, to your groups, and or other persons. So you do need to, or you will basically develop this as you do research experience for undergraduate students. And of course, you will be paid as you do this work. For the professor, you primarily train these young professionals, which will potentially change the course of the nation or the world for that matter. And these students are your employee. You can basically ask them to do some, for example, repetitive works, but important to accomplish your projects. For example, one example that we can think of, how you can be benefited from these students is that if, for example, you have a laboratory and you have a UV visible spectrometer, you can train these students to, to use the equipment essentially, which maybe you will spend a few hours or a few days to do this training. But after that, the student can take care of the measurement. And not only that, they can process the data that they get out of this equipment and bring you a partially, processed or, even interpreted data to you. And that will essentially save the professor a lot of time that you would have, spent on measuring your samples. And you can use that time essentially to prepare for courses and that you will teach, or do some high level research work, or write proposals, write grants, or maybe write papers while the student does that work for you. I have seen some talks presented yesterday which you guys are using this kind of equipment. It is a perfect fit for that kind of laboratory. And this is just as an example. You can do the same thing if you are synthesizing material. And also if you do, for example, computational work. I think I've seen Gamachis and Medfin yesterday talking about some DFT calculation and artificial intelligence application to physics. I think if we have students participate in that kind of project, we will, put them ahead of the curve at this level of their school. So that kind of project will be a perfect fit for them. And then you can also use their time by, or you basically task them to do this measurement, and then do other things while they do the measurement and process data for you. So we currently have actually 4 institutions that are participating, 5 professors and 7 students are the beneficiary of this project, research experience for undergraduate program. So Jimma University is participating, Horomaya University is participating, Bahardar University is participating, and we have 2 professors from Addis Ababa University technology faculty participating in this program. And we are very excited that it started off like this from the beginning. So it will be very important program for the future. So the way we contacted these professors right now is we just contacted them via email and explained what it is, and convinced them to join the program. We are very thankful for that. They have agreed to join. But in the future, what we want to do is we want to make the program competitive. So we will require a page and a half of like project description in what you want to do with the student and what kind of facilities that you have that the student can learn from. At the moment, the program is new. There isn't any procedures that we set to indicate, to give it to you, but we will make a call for application announced on our website. And also we will make some flyers and send it to EPS to share it with you guys at EPS annual meeting so that you apply to the program, and then we will evaluate and fund the program. So what I want to say here is to the undergraduate students, you guys have to really look around what the professors are doing and see what they are doing and see if you are interested in it. If you are, you can basically encourage them to apply to this program so they can request for funding for you from EPSNA, and then we will evaluate and fund the program. So basically, this is what I have for REU. And if you have question, I can, or suggestion too, ready to hear and ready to answer any question. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Fakadu. Any questions? If it is on Slido, Eden or Zola can help, or Kasm, Dr. Kasam. I don't see any questions so far.
No questions on Slido yet.
Chat must be clear.
There's a hand is raised by Suraba Kala.
Okay.
Suraka, you can unmute yourself and ask.
Students, do you have any questions on this program?
Maybe I will ask a question, Dr. Fakadu, since you didn't mention it.
Yeah.
the students who are participating now, what kind
Okay.
of stipend or support are they receiving?
No questions, but if you have questions later on, you can email one of us or Dr. Ficado.
Yep.
Okay.
Can you not hear me?
Shall we go to the next? It's 9:20. We have 3 minutes.
Daraja, there's a question.
Minutes. I'll introduce the next program. It's graduate school application. It will be given by Zelalem Wargo, Eden Aklil, and Dr. Kasaun. Let me say a brief introduction to
Wait,
the presenter.
Daraja, can you hear us?
First,
Hello?